recording.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we have HT SX pedals, and we are doing the SX upgrade kit. The original reason for doing this is because we had a broken spring. So if you can tell, these springs are a little bit thicker than those, so they're a little bit stronger, a little bit better. I'm making this video because I couldn't find anything on them, and it's actually relatively simple, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a video on it. The tools you'll need is a Torx 10, a 3mm, and a 2.5mm Allen. First thing you're going to want to do is take your 3mm and loosen the tension all the way.
Which was already done on these ones.
Which was, oh yeah, looks like we already did this one. But yeah, basically the first thing you want to do is get all the tension so where you have a nice loose piece. Real quick, so the kit that I got is the HT clip upgrade kit. I got this from J&R Bicycles for like 38 bucks. Wasn't bad. And it comes with 2 new springs, all new screws, and the tension plates.
Both pedals, by the way.
For both pedals. We've already done one pedal, so what we're gonna do. So the first thing you do is you take and you remove the T10s. There's 4 of them on each side. Pretty simple. Okay, so once you get the tension plates off, you take the 2.5 and remove the cross pins. Keep that there. Okay, we're going to take a rag and just clean up the pedal. Got grease and dirt and stuff in here. All right, and then you're going to clean your cross pins. You want to check these to make sure that the threads are good. They actually only have threads on the inside where they go in here. And then the other piece just kind of sits flat into it.
It's not bent like we thought it was.
Okay, so I'm going to set old parts. All right.
Very simple. The springs just slide out when
the springs just slide out of here. So you got old springs, old retention plates, and you could probably reuse the retention plates. I'm just using the new ones because they came with new ones. I don't think there's any difference between those two. So, but with this kit, you reuse the tension plates, the tension screw holder, the cross shafts, and then you use new springs and new tension plates. All right, so set it in. You set it in here, and if you look, this sits in there like that. So you're going to want this flat part of the cut on the spring to rest up against right here, and that's where it tensions at. Just kind of hold it in place. Oh wait, real quick. So I'm using a little bit of grease on the shaft here.
Make sure you always grease your threads too.
Yeah, and then also grease the threads. Make sure it goes in there. So you take it and just kind of push it in place. Once you get it in place, you get it pushed through the spring and then through the retainer plate.
That was the one we thought was bent too.
All right. And
Did you break it?
no.
Cool.
I just slipped a little bit. All right, so it's going to be loose right now. That's okay. Same thing on this side. So we're going to grease the rod. And then the same way. So the flat part with the little notches sits inside there. You want to make sure that you have the spring up against here. Don't get it backwards, otherwise you won't be able to clip in. Okay. From there. Now when you put these plates on here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a beveled edge inside here that the screw has to be able to fit down inside there so that it fits flush. If you put it the other way, it's going to stick up and then it's going to catch. So there actually is like a left and a right to these.
As you can tell here. Left, right.
So it looks like the new screws actually come with Loctite as well. All right. Going on there. So once you start putting it together, you do have to put a little pressure on there to push that up, but it's not much. As long as you make sure you have these screws loose to start with. So. All right, once you do that, you take it and then just go ahead and set your tension to where you normally would.
And you're all done.
I'm gonna set these to about half and then we'll
Tighten them from there.
tighten it from there. So.